Hello and welcome to another IoT Now Quickfire video, brought to you this time with the global IoT network operator, BICS. And it's my pleasure to welcome today Guillaume Lavernhe, who is Senior Product Manager, IPX and Security. Welcome, Guillaume.
Hello, Jamie. Thanks for having us.
And also Luc Vidal, Head of IoT and MVNE Solutions. Welcome, Luc.
Hello everyone, I'm really glad to be with you today.
And can I start with you, Guillaume? Why is there such a focus on IoT security now? And what type of threats, security threats, does IoT pose for global businesses?
Well, I think it's linked with the nature of the IoT, which aims to operate complex ecosystem. You have a wide range of players, multiple access technology, and at the same time, you have to cover a very rich variety of use cases. So compliance and common standard across all stakeholders needs to be strong, but flexible, because indeed every vertical has their own specificities and criticalities. And so the requirement for a smart building application or the administration of payment terminal are quite different. IoT is also about mass and diversity. It has to scale with an infinite number of device and device type. And here I think we are lacking a bit of some industry levels or certification. Also, we see some initiative in the area to raise the resilience against reprogramming or physical tampering. But in fact, every layer faces different risk or vulnerability. And so the threat range is quite broad. It spans from data interception, impersonation, location tracking, denial of service, or the service fraud. So whether we are talking about the consumer market or the industrial M2M, we need data privacy and confidentiality. And keep in mind that critical infrastructure are at stake, along with the long-term success of the IoT industry.
So as businesses are entering the IoT ecosystem, how can they set about ensuring their network and the IoT devices running on it are secure and that they're not left open to attack?
Well, security must be a concern of every player in the value chain. It has to be enforced on the device, on the network, on the application, and across all layers. So proper strategy is essential. It has to be holistic and it has to follow end-to-end and multi-layer approach. And it starts with security by design, doing a risk assessment while defining the service architecture and key components, which is quite useful to introduce the right level of encryption, authentication, and integrity checks, or just to validate the compliance of a third party. And then for the launch and after, there is a growing ecosystem of partners who provide penetration testing or reverse engineering. You also have IDS and firewall products available, but here it's key considering the mass and diversity of connected things to use automation, machine learning, and big data analytics to get the scalability, pattern recognition, and profiling which are required. And this is what BICS does as an MVNE. We protect our network and subscribers against telecom attack. And as a carrier, we help the enterprise to protect themselves from the external threat, to conduce vulnerability assessment, or to implement device to application screening.
Luc, turning to you for a second, what advice would you give to an enterprise that's looking to deploy a global IoT service?
Well, for IoT, solution must always be considered end-to-end, which means, as Guillaume said, the device, the network, and the application. We are a company expert in network, so I will focus my advice on this piece. I will start by recommending mobile technologies over radio technologies. Mobile networks are first unique in their wide global availability. They are truly everywhere. They also provide the highest level of authentication in the SIM card, of privacy with unviolated encryptions, on a very secure global GRX IPX infrastructure that keeps IoT data outside the internet world. As well, connectivity sits very much at the center of the IoT solution. This means smart solution can be developed on top of it to detect security risks and to take proactive actions. For instance, we have connectivity platforms that manage connectivity for each device. They can detect abnormal usage behavior, define rules, and action to take. For example, majority of IoT applications follow very clear pattern of usage. If a device is supposed to send a report of 1 megabyte per week and start sending more data or more frequently, this can be an indication that it has been infected and some malicious activity are probably running. Finally, we would recommend the enterprise to have a closer look at the number of players in the end-to-end connectivity chain, from the device up to the application server. End-to-end security is more efficiently implemented if one single company operates more of the end-to-end connectivity.
So what can an international carrier like BICS bring to IoT security compared to traditional mobile carriers?
Well, at BICS, we are in a unique position. We fully own a global infrastructure that carries all interconnect services for mobile operator. For example, we assess that 50% of the global data roaming traffic is carried over our network. This enables us to offer then the best availability of connectivity everywhere. Our NOC permanently monitors the global roaming traffic and is able to reroute traffic as signaling or GRX to keep any destination always available. We are in a unique position here. Then, as well as Guillaume said, we have firewalls in our signaling network to protect our infrastructure and our customers against telecom attacks such as denial of service, SMS interception, location tracking. Then, we also truly manage the end-to-end connectivity, from the radio network up to the data center of our customers. We have our GRX IPX network, and an extension of it we call private IPX for IoT. This way, the enterprise traffic is highly secure end-to-end, completely segregated from the internet and entirely managed by BICS. On top of this, we have developed an in-house global MVNE infrastructure entirely designed for end-to-end IoT use case. Security has been a major consideration here. The broadest panel of abnormal behaviors can be detected and action can be automatically triggered to protect our customers. Also, we can completely segregate our customer traffic from dedicated APNs. And different routing can apply for each APN. This limits then the internet access and prevents connection to malicious servers or exposure to other fraudulent activity. Finally, we go further. We are continuously enriching our security base. And for example, we work with consulting companies that can audit and help enterprise to implement truly end-to-end the IoT security.
Gentlemen, thank you. That's been really helpful. Let me thank you on behalf of our audience, Guillaume Lavernhe. It's been great. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeremy.
And Luc Vidal, thank you too.
Thanks, Jeremy. It was a pleasure. Thanks.
It's been great. Until the next time, ladies and gentlemen, we look forward to seeing you again at the next IoT Now Quickfire video.